Peggy 16.
There is no need to be alarmed. Please remain in the vehicle
So, this is the world we made. Despite everything that we've witnessed, we just can't resist playing God. We fool ourselves into believing that if we could go back in time, we'd make better choices, wiser decisions. Maybe this time, we'd just let nature take its course and resist our compulsion to control it. But no, that's not in our nature, is it? Out here in the wild, chaos is in control, and chaos always finds a way. The question now is, where will it take us next?
For every warrior, there comes a time when a moment will decide your fate. As the throng of battle echoes against steel and shield, and we cry out towards eternity, find yourself in this moment! Ignite the fire of your soul and survive this day! Fall before me! Another victory! For Agatha!
Come on, brave warriors of Eternum, travelers from distant lands, fighters of all disciplines, lay bare your art of war, and let us test your worth. Incredible! Now, here comes a new challenger. There can be only one true champion!
The pages of history are filled with moments that determine an empire's fate. Every decision can be the difference between rising to power or being lost to history. How will you grow a small fort into a mighty empire? matter how large, came from humble beginnings. Some invested in advancing technology to create the most powerful armies. How will you use your resources to rise above the rest?
Ich will zum Auge reden. Vernichtet unsere bösen Feinde!
We're surviving here. Rebuilding.
Surviving's not enough. We've got to fight.
No, we don't need to do anything. All right, when was the last time you saw written in any numbers?
All of my best friends like to go and get fucked up, and they talk about all the lies they never got to live. They're still waiting for some sort of invitation. Never coming along. Oh no, you get just what you get.
Hang in there, Holly.
Get high with your best friends.
No rest for the wicked.
Let's go!
You're here! Come on! God, I love Mondays. Another day in paradise.
Just like all of my
Home run!
You've got a problem. A big problem.
Just like all of my best friends like to go and get fucked up, and they talk about all the lives they never got to live. Get high with your best friend.
Need help here!
Buckle up, buttercups.
We've got one shot. Let's make it count.
Over here!
Play it day one with Xbox Game Pass.
We are all born into this world. And we must all one day leave it. Death is a certainty. So must we live with all our might.
PlayStation.
俺の番だな。
なめないでくれる？
やってやるぞ。
どうした？見せてやるよ。してみろ。終わりだ。
私の番ね。
逃げるなら今のうちだぞ。
おいよ。ほら来いよ。ほら来いよ。どうした？
ぶっ飛ばしてやる。
とっておき。
神羅万象の時
なめんなよ。俺の番か。
やってやるぞ。
行くぜ。こいつをか。
Alright, let's get this out of the way. Genshin Impact and its expansive world clearly draw inspiration from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. From the art style to the stamina-based climb-anything mechanic to the gliding, it's impossible not to be reminded of it, but this is more than just some quick copycat. Genshin Impact's fantastical world, wide array of diverse playable characters, and deep RPG systems are all unique and awesome enough to let it stand on its own 2 feet, making it an absolute blast to play even after more than 100 hours. Genshin Impact is a free-to-play action-adventure RPG where you play a vague and mysterious traveler from another world. You arrive in the land of Teyvat where you're attacked by some kind of sorceress or god or something, and your twin is immediately captured. That sets you on a quest to find your lost sibling that involves a whole lot of picking fruit, crafting items, and fighting deities, but surprisingly little in the way of actually searching for them. Genshin Impact's story is one of its weaker points. It's packed full of anime cliches and convoluted magical jargon, and it just sort of meanders from one amusing misadventure to another with little cohesion. Thankfully, none of that is a deal breaker because you'll spend most of your time roaming its beautiful world and making your own stories, instead of listening to people explain whatever the heck an Animoculus is. And with a few exceptions, the cast of quirky characters, a whopping 23 of which are playable, are a lot of fun to interact with and play as, even if you might occasionally roll your eyes at what they have to say.
The ruins seem to be guarded by ancient seals.
Is this the work of Dvalin?
No.
The real star here is Teyvat itself, a world absolutely bursting at the seams with possibilities. Every nook and cranny is loaded with collectibles to find, chests to open, puzzles to solve, enemies to take down, dungeons to tackle, and relentless bosses to fight. A locked chest that catches the corner of your eye might lead to an impromptu quest or multi-step puzzle. Following a fluttering blue fairy might lead to a massive combat encounter or even a lengthy boss fight. It's an addictive chain reaction of things to do. And once you start unlocking new characters, each with their own fighting style, abilities, and elemental affinities, you gain completely new ways of interacting with the world. A lake initially too vast to swim across becomes easily traversable with the help of a cryo-type character like Kea. Mountain peaks too steep to climb become scalable once you unlock Venti and his ability to create wind currents wherever he pleases. Combat revolves around instantly switching between a party of up to 4 characters to shoot, hack, and blow up a broad assortment of enemy types. Each character comes equipped with their own elemental type and a few abilities that utilize that element. By strategically switching between characters mid-fight, you can unleash some seriously effective combos. For example, if you use Xingqiu's water abilities to get the enemy wet, then follow up with Fischl's electric attack, the damage is amplified massively. Discovering how to use different characters together makes all the difference when you're taking on a giant flaming plant with some truly disgusting inferno abilities. Genshin Impact is entirely free, but the elephant in the room is its gacha model, also known as loot boxes. These tempt you to spend either an in-game currency or real money on randomized characters, loot, consumables, and more. It certainly flirts with being pay to win, but manages to strike a decent balance so that those who don't want to spend a dime can still enjoy the whole game. Spending money can undoubtedly provide a quick power boost, but there's nothing you can't get for free with enough luck or persistence. More importantly, these powerful weapons and characters are by no means a requirement to advance, as you can breeze through most challenges through skill and grinding alone. The real trouble with the gacha model comes in the later stages of progression, when the grind for account-wide adventure XP and upgrade materials becomes an exponentially steeper climb. Those willing to shell out some money will definitely be able to advance through the endgame much faster than non-paying players. That said, you likely won't start noticing that wall until at least 40 or 50 hours into the more than 100 hours of content available, and exploring the world to rank up stays fun the whole way through, regardless of money spent. Genshin Impact is an amazing open-world adventure that draws heavily on both its Breath of the Wild and anime inspirations to create something truly special. Even if the gacha model introduces some undesirable level grinding deeper in, the excellent combat, addictive exploration, and beautiful world make this one of the most exciting games of 2020. For more Genshin Impact, check out our full written review on IGN.com, or go watch some tips and tricks to get you started, and for everything else, keep it right here on IGN.